Come on in, the water's fine as we get set for the John Deere Classic. I'm joined by the man himself, Heiser Flip, as he gets ready to attack this course here in just a few minutes. Heiser, thanks for taking the time. Going into this course, John Deere Classic, it's a big event every single year. How does it compare to other courses that you play and other events? How does it stack up in your mind?
Well, Stan, thanks for doing this interview first off. Great to see you. Hope you're staying safe out there. Well, the John Deere really hits home for me. I was born, most people don't know, I was born in Illinois, in the country. So really we all have John Deere tractors and we all love them. So I was growing up on John Deere, and this really hits home for me. I want to do my all-time best at this event every year, and I always give it my all.
It's a big event coming in on a Sunday. You know, it takes it out of you. How do you deal with the stress and the endurance? How do you keep your body in such good shape here on a Sunday in a crucial round?
Well, I feel like that's a big part of my game, big part of my preparation. All during the week leading up to each event, I'm out there running 2 miles per day, and I'm also doing a lot of body weight exercises, definitely focused on core with that hip rotation through my shots, and so that's how I prepare.
It's a fun course. Going into this big round, final round coverage here, what do you think that hot round is? What is it going to take for you? What's that number, if you had to put it out there, to win this event?
Well, John Deere's a tough course. There's no doubt about it. I would say, if I had to put a number on it, 7 under is going to win this tournament. Now, I'm going to try my best to shoot 7 under. 6 under, I think, could be on the fringe there, and I think that could take it down as well, but we'll see how it goes. Hope the conditions are well for it.
Oh, we hope the conditions are well, too. It looks pretty good out here so far. It's coming up. Heiser Flip takes on the John Deere Classic. Thanks for taking the time, Heiser, as always. Aces and birds, good luck out there.
Hey, Stan, thanks so much, man.
If you want to continue to follow Heiser's journey, just give him a like and subscribe, and we've got a lot of content coming your way. Heiser Flip attacks the PGA Tour.
I tell you what, that Heiser, just a great interview from start to finish. The kind of guy you want to root for here at TPC Deere Run as we get ready to bring you final round coverage. Hole 1, 366, a par 4 here at the John Deere Classic. Go ahead and like and subscribe for a chance to enter to win a free John Deere Gator. All right, first tee shot. Going a little left. Will that bounce out? We were just kidding about the free John Deere Gator. And it's a little bit left. 267 on the drive. Master clubs. A par 71 here at this course today. As Heiser looks to get off to a good start, going 9-iron, 81 yards carry. And it's 81 yards away, but it is in the heavy rough. A little fast on the release. That's going to be on the green. Hopefully it trickles more towards the hole, and it's going to have a pretty lengthy birdie attempt as the crowd claps him on. It's about 14 feet. A little right to left for Heiser here. And that's just going to go left, and if you are a Heiser fan, you know he doesn't start off great a lot of slow starts for Heiser. The critics are really talking about Heiser, that he doesn't get off to good starts, but you know, we talked to him earlier, you heard him, he said 7 under, maybe 6 under would win it, and you look right up there at the top and Franklin's at 6 under through 17 holes, so a pretty good assessment from Heiser, at least here early on. Now then, hole 2, you saw him last week, he eagled hole 2. This one's a beefy one though, 554 par 5, it goes from right to left pretty hard, as Heiser sets up with some wind here at the John Deere Open. A pretty windy day, 12 miles per hour from right to left. $6 million purse here. Gets a hold of that one. Perfect backswing, perfectly through, and that looks gorgeous. And oh yeah, just trickles there to the left. Crowd loves it. Going with the black and the salmon shirt. Some people say salmon. I would say they're stupid. It is definitely salmon. But just look at how cool he looks. The ladies, I mean, the PGA Tour has almost outlawed him from competing because a baker's dozen women just pass out when they see him sometimes when he comes up to the green. Now then, second shot here. It's tracking left. That looks good to be on the green. Maybe a little bit past it. Will it go long? Yes, it will. Goes a little long. Crowd likes it, though. And he'll have this for Eagle to try to set up a birdie to try to get back to even. Oh man, that one just needed a little more, but a nicely done from Heiser, and he will tap in for a birdie, and there it is, folks. Back to even. The slow start continues, but getting back to it on the par 5, and we move on to hole 3. Heiser at 1 under. So he parred the first hole. I thought he had bogeyed the first hole, but that's why they don't pay me the big bucks. Okay, right. All right, Dylan Fratelli won this event last year in 2019. He won it by 2 strokes, and the South African native. Jordan Spieth won this event twice. Bryson DeChambeau, you know, he's a scientist of the game. He won it 3 years ago. Only won it by 1 stroke to Patrick Rogers. Wow. Now, hole 3. Looking to set up a birdie, and that's on the green, and that looks like it's going to sit. Oh, yeah. As soft as a Maltese right there. And a 15-footer for birdie. Downhill a bit. From left to right. Tracking, but just going to go a little far right. And goes a bit past the hole, but Heiser should be able to clean that up. From 5 feet. And no. Oh, that one just stings like a bumblebee. I don't know if bumblebees can sting, but that one stings. That's a bogey, so that's an actual bogey, and he'll now go to even, so a lot of holes to be played. 7 under is that score in the clubhouse right now from Franklin, and what a prediction from Heiser in the pre-round interview. That tree right in the middle, just stuck right there in the middle. You want to stay to that right side to shorten your distance, and that wind's going to help him going from left to right. He's going to be able to smash this pretty good. Pretty short par 4 here, 434. Talk about Heiser. He loves being able to be within 100 yards on his approach shots. And feels like he's got a good chance at that. That's a beefy one. That's a smash. Oh, that's a smash. Smash that like button and subscribe for that. Perfect back through, a little fast on the through ball, but 98 yards now to the pin. He's got the lob wedge. That wind's going to really help him. Just a hair uphill from where he is. A little bit wonky on that. Tracking back of the green, it's going to go off the back, but just barely. Doesn't get to the women and men on the back there who are not social distancing. Chip runs a bit short, and he will have that for par. And there's going to be nothing much in this one, just backing through, and that's good. A fist bump from Heiser as we move on to hole number 5. Through 4 at even par. Gonna need to start trickling away, and an even shorter par 4 here, 412 just. 5th hardest hole though, and you can see why. It goes a little right, and it's rough there. That wind's coming back at him now as we transition. Not going to help him on this hole. And that looks pretty good. And it is right in the middle, center cut. Pushed it a little right on the doppelganger there. Now he's about 120 out. Downhill, the wind's going to fight back at him 10 miles an hour worth. Looking to set up a birdie. Gonna put some loft on it here. Putting that out way left. Not way high up in the air. Is it going to get there? Yes, it is. And then comes back down. Just not enough on it. A little too high on that shot. And he'll have this for birdie. And he's going to chip it, going with the lob wedge. That'll get up close. And it's 4 feet for par. Knocks it in. No fireworks yet here from Heiser. Steady as he goes. Getting the early butterflies out of the system. And through 5, he's even. 7 strokes back of the lead, tied for 46, with a lot of golf to be played for sure. Here at TPC Deere Run, 7,257 yards of golf. Here, usually played in July, we're playing it in April. 339 par 4. No reason to really go for this. He's just gonna play that 5 hybrid. Had some people in the comments. I had a comment about haven't seen a 5-wood do that on a nice trick shot on the last video, and said that those weren't invented back in '62, but I digress. I'm gonna go 5-iron instead. Puts that up. Not a ton of distance on it, but it is safe. And now about 157 away. Again, that wind pushing back. That wind's not going to be easy here today. He's got the 7-iron. Lofty one, high in the air, tracking towards the green. And that will give him a birdie putt opportunity. He's been off the green the last few holes for birdie chances. Now he's got a chance to knock one in from 25 feet out. Stan Gentry here with you here. TPC Deere Run for the John Deere Classic. As we continue to track Heiser's ability to attack the PGA Tour. 25 feet out. Just gonna give that a run. It is tracking, and just off the right side of the green. Just not a whole lot of luck going Heiser's way. He'll tap in, stay at even through 6 holes. You gotta think at some point he's gotta put some red on his scorecard as he stays right there at 46, but no bogeys. Hasn't broken the double bogey rule. We call that the master ball rule. And 186 out on this par 3. It plays as one of the easier holes on the course. 15th hardest. 200 yards. Pin location's a little bit farther today, so might not play as easy as once expected. He's got the wind behind him now with 12 miles an hour. 6-iron. Pushed it a little right on the doppelganger, and that's going to be a little long. That wind just really tough to handle, coming back at you, helping you out, but played it short, and it just went long. This one to set up a par from 17 yards. Nine-iron chips. Sometimes they're tricky. And a tough spot here. Puts it up there, it gets onto the green and will continue rolling, but going right, hoping it sits, and it does, but a tough par putt coming up. John Deere Classic, one of Heiser's favorite events on the year. He's from this part of the country boy from Illinois. Just loves golf, just grew up playing, and just loves the game. And again, robbed on the left side of the cup this time, and that will be a bogey. And now to 1 under. Heiser going the wrong way here on the front 9. And now 8 strokes off the lead. Still a lot of golf to be played as we come to hole 8, a short par 4 scoreable hole, the 11th hardest on the course. And the wind is back going the other way this time, coming back towards him. talked to him before the round, said he hoped the conditions were right. It's a beautiful day out here, but the wind is a little bit tricky, and it has shown its teeth here early on at the John Deere Classic. Think about John Deere, I really like the Gator. I mean, it's just a great product. You know, you think about your high school football coach just riding around in that Gator. Wow, just brings back good memories. All right, 107. Wind coming back at him. Puts it up high again. That looks pretty good. Coming towards the green. Is it going to get there? Yes, it will. And pops down softly. Comes back just a hair. And a birdie scoreable opportunity here. The wind just really making it tough to get close to the hole. He's going to have to do it with long putts so far we've seen. Uphill, 17 feet. It's going to go right from right to left on him here. And as you can see, an uphill putt. Trying to get back to even par. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These greens have just been dirty. Another one just goes an inch left. He just can't catch a break. Taps it in. Another par. One over. And the family zone in the background. Just a lot of tough breaks. This wind has proven tough so far for Heiser. Stan Gentry here with you. And now a longer par 4. Hole 9, trying to get through this front 9 at even. He would like that at this point. 475 yards. It is the hardest hole on the course, and it shows. I mean, it's a long par 4. That wind's going to help him here, though, as he has the wind to his back now at 12 miles an hour. John Deere's been the sponsor since 2000. Miller Coors. Miller Brewing was a sponsor early on at this event. Hardee's took it over as well. And is that wind going to help him enough here on that left side? Where is it going to go? It's going to go off to the left into the tough stuff. But he got some distance on it. We call that D. And out of the heavy stuff with the wind helping him. Just trying to aim right at those people sitting in those stands up there. Hot day. Hope you brought your umbrella. Or like Barry Schultz. Okay. Looks like 148 carry on the 9-iron. That wind's going to have to help him a lot if he's going to get there. Decides to go a little longer. Going to go a little 8-iron. And that's tracking left, and that is into the trees, and it just keeps getting tougher for Heiser. Into the tough stuff again. That heavy rough. And he'll have this to set up a par. He's got the pitching wedge out. Puts it up there. Looks pretty good. Needs that to go. It will, but just a bit. And it'll be and that one is just running away from the hole. The conditions are tough out here, and another long par opportunity, 29 feet. It's going to go uphill. And it's going to go from right to left the whole way. Really would like to have this one. Put some stiffness on it. Is it going to get there? No, not enough on it. And that'll be another bogey from Heiser as he's just ready to get this front 9 over with and reset. There it is, 2 over now, 9 strokes off the lead as Franklin sits in the clubhouse as your leader at 7 under, correctly predicted by Heiser, so give him some credit on that end. But the golf game and the tough wind conditions and those greens, they're just funneling away from the hole every time it seems like. Now a scoreable par 5 10th. 526. Got that water on the right side, but we won't cross that bridge until we get there. 8th hardest hole in the course. Trying to take some frustration out, and that's tracking left. And it's not getting any easier for Heiser as he gets in the heavy rough once again. And now, can he even reach? This game's projecting him to just lay up and take his medicine, but he's going to go a little more than that. He's got his 5-iron out. But it's a par 5. Don't have to always reach him in 2. And he'll whack-a-mole that one. Just takes his medicine back into the fairway, and he'll have to set up now to try to set up a birdie opportunity. Not a whole lot of scoring chances for Heiser thus far. Now the wind's coming back at him at 11 miles an hour. He's 142 out. He's got the 9-iron right now. Trying to dial something up here. Puts that one up. That's going right. And then comes back a little left. Nicely done. Does it get close enough? Can he have an opportunity to score? And that's his best scoring opportunity we've seen maybe since the beginning of this course. It comes on hole 10. Got to get something going here, and it's going to go from left to right for him here, 10 feet away. And there it is. There it is. Shake it off. Get back in the ball game. A lady just fainted behind you. I don't know if you saw that. Wow, he's good looking. And it is now 1 over. Tied for 64th. Finally a little red on that scorecard. And we head to a scorable par 4. This is the 6th hardest hole on the course, though. But it does play under 400 yards. Tough pin location today, though. It's going to be 12 miles an hour from left to right. Double-digit wind all day. It's not going to get any easier. That wind's going to be on every single hole from here on out. Taking the frustration out with the big stick and puts it off to the left a bit. Crowd likes that. They're all staying very close together in what I would call a horde. Shout out Gears of War. 12 miles an hour. He's got 159. Wind's going to go back at him just a hair, it looks. The 9-iron, 148 carry, and 159. Now he's going to switch to that 8-iron, 160. Looks like the right club to me. Puts a little loft on it here. Puts that one up. Looks like it's heading left. It is. Needs that wind to help him a bit. Doesn't bite for him, and that's going to be in the short stuff just behind the green left side, as he will look to set up a par opportunity, if not chip this one home. Heiser loves that lob wedge. Talked to him earlier today, and he said, I love the lob wedge. Puts that one up, tracks towards the hole, and he'll have a pretty good chance to knock down a par and stay at 1 over. And hits it. Starting to feel himself a bit. That's a well-done putt. I thought he put it a little too left, but these greens are tough. This John Deere Classic doesn't play games. They mow this thing with John Deere's. Very tough stuff on the greens. 196 now, par 3. It's your 12th hardest hole. And that is a back pin location. The pin locations are tough today, usually on the back side of these greens. Got to get there, and then you got to hope it doesn't fall off the edge. It's really hard to get in really great scoring spots, but they saw our leader. He had a great round, 7 under. Heiser sits at 1 over. He's got that 5-iron. The wind's going to go a little from left to right. It's going to help him just a hair, you'd think. And puts that one up. That looks pretty good. Tracking towards the hole. Hopefully it doesn't go long. It bounces once, twice, 3 times. Rolls a little bit. Hopefully stays on, and it will just go to the edge. Right there on the fringe. Like the lunatic fringe. Dean Ambrose. Now that one's up. Tracking. And that'll set up a nice spot there. The wind just really making it tough. Couldn't get on the green there. Couldn't get close enough to use the putter. He'll tap in. And we're still at 1 over. He's going to have to do some scoring to get in the conversation. But he's not going the wrong way. Staying strong. 1 over. Tied for 65th through 12 holes, and we're on to hole 13. A short par 4. It plays as the easiest hole in the course. Pretty self-explanatory there. Just goes dead straight. That wind's going to go from right to left this time around. Oh, that's a stinger. And, oh, just into the bunker on the left side. It's going to make it tough to get there. But he's only 105 out. Uphill. Wind continues to be a factor. You can hear the flag flopping in the wind. Wow. Sand wedge. 108 yards to carry out of the sand. It's just going to be tough to even get there at this point here for Heiser. The awkward stance. Wow, whack-a-mole. That one goes not far enough to put him on the green, and again, just going to have to try to save a par. As the crowd clapping way too much. Now from 39 yards out. Gap wedge. Looking for a flop. Little long and funneling away from the hole. A long shot here for par, 24 feet away. Trying to make some ladies faint here with a nice long save for par. Tracking. There it is! Puts it in again! Oh, his putting is here. It's just hard to get on the greens. Send it in, Heiser. Big time putt to keep him at 1 over. Through 13, unlucky 13, he says, no, I'm going to knock it down. Yeah, they take out the 13th floor in a lot of hotels because people are superstitious. But they don't take out the 13th hole on golf courses. And Heiser comes up big there to stay within scoring distance. Now then, 328 par 4, the shortest par 4 on the course, plays as the third easiest hole. And at this point, he's just going to make a run on this one. Wind's going to go hard from left to right, 13 miles an hour. And a very fast release. That's tracking left. That could be dangerous. Just stay out of those woods down there. Hey, a good kick. Wow. Roll it around. And now, it's not a big deal, because this is for eagle to set up a birdie. You just got to get there. Out of the heavy rough. Got that lob wedge. Maybe switch to a sand wedge here. Put a little lob on it. Wax it. Wow, what a beautiful sound it made. Hits and rolls free away. The way he's been putting, can't count him out on this one. But a tough long one. 24 feet, downhill, hard left to right here at the John Deere Classic at TPC Deer Run. Puts that way out left. It's going to bite, but just not enough to bite. And it sits pretty calmly. He'll have that for par. Puts it in. Stays at 1 over. The conditions are tough out here. Those black britches are really drawing in the sun. You take a look back at 2006. Michelle Wee had to pull out of this event, citing heat exhaustion after receiving treatment at the course medical trailer. She departed in an ambulance, so this course isn't easy. 10 miles per hour on this one. Got driver. Second hardest hole on the course here at 15. Looking to just finish in the red at this point. Whacks that one. Tracking left and into the short stuff on the left side. He'll have 116 from there from the light rough. And also just put him in a tough spot on that left side. That bunker right in play. If he's more to the right, he has a better chance at it. But looking to pull out a nice shot here. Baby. Whacks that one fast on the backswing, fast through, but that's going to be on the green. Will it trickle off the back onto the fringe? This for birdie. Will it bite enough? Will it bite enough? Give it to him! Oh, just too much on it. Crowd loves it. What an effort. And taps it in. Another par. Just grinding it out. It could be a way worse round for Heiser. To be here at 1 over has been impressive. This is a tough, tough course. Very tough conditions as we go to 16. Oh, a hole-in-one opportunity. 139. Par 3. Easy does it. 10 miles an hour behind him, though. And a scary cliff off to the left. With bunkers guarding left and right sides. Just gonna put some lob on it here. Hopefully let that wind catch it. And it's just gonna go over that bunker. In theory, he brings it back down a bit. Mashed potatoes! In the hole! It's going to get there, and it's going to bounce forward once, twice, thrice. And a big opportunity here to get back to even par. Just a little bit left to right here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, another one. Just an inch to the left. And another par. Holy pars out here. We'll go to 17. You know, the win of this tournament pretty much out of the way, but still a birdie would put him in red figures, and that's about as perfect as you can get. A long, long par 5 here at the John Deere Classic. 541. Plays about right there, even with the rest of the holes. At 10 stroke index. 12 miles an hour coming right back at his face. That doesn't help you on a par 5. Whacks it. That's tracking left. Over some trees. Through the woods to grandmother's house we go. And a better kick. But still going to be in the heavy rough. You want to avoid the bunkers here. You want to get in the fairway. Have a chance to set up your birdie with your next shot. That wind is coming back at him here. 13 miles an hour. 6 iron from here. That just takes a big cut on it. And that'll do. Into the fairway. Crowd likes it. You know, when you're the favorite, when the crowd loves you, they support you in your tough times, even when you're shooting out of the rough. And those people behind the hole, they're looking like they're social distancing a bit. Might see the cops come take a few of these guys down. Wow. I think, I mean, this game is just a little disrespectful to the times we're living in. I think they should have to edit this game to make these people stand a little farther apart. Alright then. 12 miles an hour. Going to come back toward him a little bit. Towards him and back left. 136 yards to carry with this club. He's 130 out. A little fast on the backswing. We've seen that a few times. That gets high up in the air, tracking the green. And it's there. Comes a little back towards him. Just not enough to get there. And a long, long shot at birdie here. Longest putt we've seen him have today. 46 feet. And it's going to go from left to right the whole way. Especially hard at the beginning. brings that thing back and gives it a good run. And it's just going to go a hair to the left. Good weight of it. Quality of shot, the weight of it, pretty perfect, but not on line. And this one's a little tricky. Not a gimme from 4 feet, right to left. Gets it to go right on that right side. And the Salmon Man comes to hole 18 at 1 over, trying to get back to even to finish off this tournament. Franklin just had a great day, but he played in the morning. The conditions were a lot easier in the morning. That first group that went out really shot a hot round, and now here late in the afternoon here on a Sunday, the heat weighing down on you, the wind has picked up. You look at that water, you can just tell the wind coming off that water. I mean, it's almost like a wave pool out there, really, if we're being honest. 12 miles an hour now, the wind. On hole 18, 433. Plays is one of the hardest holes on the course. You got to avoid those trees, and the fairways and regulation have been down today for Heiser because of this wind. Just makes it really tricky. And again, that's tracking right, heading right to the tree. Look out over there. Look out! Look at this! Look out! But bounces back in. Oh, there we go. Crowd loves it. I saw a man dive out of the way. But the ball tracked right in. Did someone kick that a little bit? Wow, they love Heiser out here. Now, 160 away. That wind is going to help him a lot from his back at 13 miles an hour. 9 iron out. And that water is scary on that left side. But at this point, nothing to lose. He's thinking, put it in the cup from here. And that's a good back and through. Hopefully gets a good kick here towards the hole. Bounces once, twice, 3. And a big chance here. A big chance to end his day on a high note. 9 feet away. Not a whole lot of break. A little right to left. Can he finish with a birdie? Puts that one up. That's tracking towards the hole. That's in there. Oh, what a nice way to finish it. Not the day he wanted out here, but he was right. 7 under was the score to win it. Just tough with the wind. A tough course. John Deere Classic ends it at even, an up and down day, but a great way to finish it off. Tied for 46, the John Deere Classic. We'll see you next year for this one. A tough tournament. Franklin, I mean, look, Franklin, Cruz, Madden, Grobler, they all finished with they played in the morning. It was cheap. It was cheap to put Heiser playing in the afternoon here in the final round, but Heiser finishes even. If you like this coverage, it was a tough round, a grinded out one. Give us a like and subscribe. We'll keep it coming for you. Stan Gentry, along with Heiser, signing off from the John Deere Classic.